This is Rob Liefeld. Kai Review is going down.
Hey guys, just finished watching Legion, Season 3, Episode 4, Chapter 23. Wow, what an interesting episode. So, we're halfway through this show, this season. We're Episode 4 of 8, so I think that's kind of interesting. We only have 4 more episodes left. And it's interesting to see now, it does feel like we're midway through the season. We've set up kind of we're kicking off we're really diving deep, and we're really kicking off the season. We're into the big kind of culmination of the season. Things are really happening. There's a lot of stuff going on right in the middle of the episode, and I kind of like the season a little bit. Like I said, the first 2 episodes were a little bit slow to me, and kind of I didn't feel very Legion-esque. Felt too linear and too kind of easy to follow. And then the last episode was just amazing. And this episode is also pretty amazing. It doesn't deal too much with his parents or anything like that, so I can't wait to see as to kind of how things kind of collide with that. I mean, I understand does deal a little bit with, there's a lot more with time in this episode, and the story with his parents is that he's trying to go back and go and stop himself from becoming, ever having the shadow demon inside of his head, right? And I think that's kind of interesting playing with that, and him trying to go back in time with all that. But so there's not too much connection to his parents. We start off the episode with kind of seeing like time glitches throughout the different places. At first I thought it was just Division 3, but it was kind of everywhere. We see that Lenny has impregnated a girl type thing, which is quite interesting. Which we end up later on, we see that Lenny, she ends up experiencing her kind of daughter's life all in like 5 minutes. I think that was kind of really interesting dealing with that. It was kind of a really cool moment. We see that Switch tells David about the time demons and stuff. We see Sid meets with her younger 16-year-old self, and that's at first I just thought, oh wow, it's her younger self, and she said she was 16, and then later on when they were just talking, I thought, oh my god, is this her 16-year-old self? And is this before or after she's, when she was 16, she went and she swapped bodies with her mother and had sex with her stepfather or her mother's boyfriend, and then kind of reverted right in the middle of it, right? And that was kind of interesting. I wasn't sure if, is Sid going to warn her about this, about not to do that? Has she already done it? Is it fresh to her type thing? And it turns out she had already done it and it was very fresh to her. I think that was just really an interesting kind of moment for the two of them playing with that. And then we see, we find out that young Sid is actually a time demon stuff who's just kind of manipulating them, and they've been manipulating everyone, right? I think that was really a cool kind of reveal, and kind of the way they kind of did that, it was kind of quite interesting playing with that, how they were hugging and stuff, and I think it was just kind of quite interesting, since they were the only two. It would make sense that if they were time traveling, they met at different versions of each other, that they would not switch bodies because it's the same selves, or if they would switch bodies and then be able to just hug again, just kind of be a circle of nonstop, going on, right, type thing. Since they can both do that, it would have been quite interesting, but it wasn't them. So I think it would be interesting to see this later on, if we actually do get young Lenny and the young Sid and old Sid kind of actually meeting at some point. That would be quite interesting to kind of play with. Just seeing how that would actually work out, but I think it was really well done here too. So we see, because I think it was well done. I feel like oh my god, I should have seen the reveal that that the young Sid was actually a time demon and stuff. I should have seen that coming a mile away. It seems obvious as I think about it afterwards, right? But I think the way they kind of they built that relationship and they got into their conversation of those two type thing, you're kind of sucked into that character, the character talking, and it brought you in so much into that conversation that when that reveal came, it was not predictable. I think that was really well done there. We see Carrie, the guy, breaks into breaking free of David's spell. We see that David was tricked by time demons. He had found his mother in some sort of containment camp type thing, where he was sent back in time to where he was talking to his mother, but it was all ended up being fake because of the time demons, which is unclear. I mean, time demons, can they manipulate people's thoughts like that, or are they just kind of, are they playing with time type thing? So I think that was quite interesting. Does actually David's mother going to remember talking to someone like him, type thing? I think that could be quite interesting playing with that to see if that, yes, it's they were messing with people. Young Sid was it was actually Time Demon. They were messing with Sid and stuff. But are they using actual young Sid to do this? If she later on meets young Sid, she could have memories of hugging Sid, talking about all this stuff, right? I think that could be quite interesting playing with that, how they kind of, because they're supposed to be time demons. I'm assuming all their powers are time-based, right? So I think it could be kind of interesting playing with all of that. We see that Carrie and Switch ends up getting back to Division 3, which is going to be quite interesting to see as to where things go. We obviously know that Carrie has, I guess he finds a way to break free from David's spell, but we don't really see how he does it for Switch. Does he just turn on a little device that he had? But he later puts that device on the phone, so I'm not sure as to how does he break Switch's connection from David, or is she just seeing that, she's just agreeing with him out of nowhere type thing. I'd like to play with that relationship between Switch and Division 3. I think that's going to be quite interesting to going on for the rest of the episodes. We see David ends up calling when he finds out that Switch and Carrie took Switch back to took Switch to Division 3. He calls war, and then the next episode it looks like that he talks about changing time. So I think that's going to be quite interesting to see if he does that in the next episode. I think that'll be quite cool, and see how he does that without Switch now. Does he just do it himself and using his own powers? And since his own powers are not really, specifically time-based, and he's just kind of doesn't know what to do because he's too powerful, right? He doesn't know exactly how to change time like this. Maybe he ends up breaking time, and I think that could be something interesting to play with, to see into how things kind of go and how things are going to, hoping we get a happy ending for this show with only 4 episodes left. This is, obviously the final season and stuff. This is the story that what's the creator there? Noah Hawley. His, this is the story he'd been wanting to tell for the whole time, and it always meant for only 3 seasons, right? And I think that's quite interesting. But I don't know. I hope we get a happy ending. But at the same time, knowing someone like Noah Hawley, and based on what I've been seeing in this show, it feels like I could easily predict us getting, a very weird ending, or a very, non-ending ending type thing. So I think that could be quite interesting to see as to how things go. How do you think they're going to end it? So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. Where do you think things are going? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
We're here for Kyle Reviewed on YouTube, the very best Kyle Reviewed channel on all the YouTube Kyle Reviewed channels. You got that? You got that right? Thank you for watching Kyle Reviewed. Deadpool and I thought it was fantastic. You need to like, you need to subscribe. You know how it's done. Like, subscribe. Right, DP? All right, Kyle Reviewed. Cool channel.